Hey guys, it's Miss Hazel, and we are starting a new reading unit. It's about characters, it's called Character Studies. So you have a pre assessment for me to see what we already know about how to work with characters when trying to understand a story. So, what you are going to do is follow along with this video, and I need you to go on Google Classroom, right here where it says Reading Workshop, and go to this Unit 3 pre assessment where you already found this video and click on the Google Doc. You might have to click into the assignment to get there. Remember, it's a little different on my screen. Anyway, we have 3 questions to answer about a story. So, we are going to do this as a video. I will have you pause the video in spots when it's time to answer questions. You're going to do your best work and then turn it in. All right? This is called The Bully and the Can Queen by Elizabeth Deffner. It all started when I got up from the lunch table to toss my carrot juice can in the trash. "What are you doing, Jody?" my best friend Shannon asked. "You know that's recyclable." She shook her head sadly, like my dad did the time that I made a smoothie and forgot to put the lid on the blender. "But there's no recycling bin," I complained. "What am I supposed to do? Carry it around?" As soon as the words left my mouth, I knew I'd made a mistake. I recognized the look on Shannon's face, the puckered mouth, the knitted eyebrows, the scrunched up nose. She had a plan. "Hand it over," Shannon ordered, snatching the can from me. Did I mention she could be a little bossy? Shannon collected 3 cans from our class that day. The next day, she came prepared for more. She filled 1 reusable grocery bag during lunch and half of another after school. By the end of the week, we were hauling 4 sticky, stinky bags of cans home. But I guess Shannon got a little tired of the whole thing. Or maybe her mom got mad about her sticky clothes. All I know is Shannon made an appointment with Mrs. Yim. I'd never heard of a kid wanting to see the principal. But Shannon was different, and she was determined to get recycling bins for Fletcher Elementary. Okay, so I'm just drawing your attention right now. The first question says, "What kind of person is Shannon?" So if you want to pause this video now and type some ideas, you can. If not, you can wait until we are finished the story. Okay, so it's up to you. If you would like to pause and work on this part of the Google Doc, question 1, go for it. If not, just continue following along. Okay? I'm going to continue reading the story in 3, 2, 1, 0. Shannon must have convinced Mrs. Yim, because soon the playground was dotted with tall green containers. Plus, Shannon had a new nickname, the Can Queen. She liked it better than her old one, the Mouth. With the money earned from the first month of recycling, Mrs. Yim promised the school a pizza party. All the kids were into recycling after that, except for one. Tara Conrad had transferred to Fletcher the year before. She liked butterfly barrettes, strawberry-scented lip balm, and tripping people during PE. I knew from experience. Tara wasn't big on recycling. More than once, Shannon had picked up a can she'd toss on the ground. Not even Shannon would dare lecture Tara the Terrible. One afternoon, Shannon and I overheard the custodian, Mr. Ray, talking to Mrs. Yim. "Yesterday was the 3rd day and there were no cans," Mr. Ray said. "Who's emptying the recycling bins? And why?" As they headed into Mrs. Yim's office, Shannon grabbed my hand. "Come on," she said. "No one messes with my cans or my pizza party." Shannon may be bossy, but she's never boring. We walked up and down the hallways, looking for clues until we spotted Tara the Terrible. As we watched, Tara banged a can against a wall. Instantly, it flattened into a disc that she tossed into her daisy patterned backpack. Shannon ran right up to Tara. Stop! Thief! She shouted. I gulped so hard and nearly choked. No one yelled at Tara the Terrible, but Tara just grinned. Somehow that made her even more terrifying. Hey, Mouth, she said. Quit calling me that, Shannon squealed, and you better quit stealing my cans. Who, me? Tara smacked another can flat and flipped it into her backpack. You, yes. What? Why? Shannon sputtered. Smack, flip. Whatever. Who's going to stop me? Tara heaved up her backpack and strolled away. I silently pleaded this would be the end of the whole mess. Silly me. Let's go, Shannon said, grabbing my hand again. We trailed Tara the Terrible down Maple, onto Orange Street, until she shoved through a gate. Shannon jerked to a stop. We didn't take another step until we heard a door slam. Then we slipped up the gate and read the sign, YWCA. A banner hung from the roof. Recycle your cans here, it said in big red letters. Support our fundraiser. That weasel was stealing the cans and bringing them here, Shannon said. Tara kicked the boys who teased her and said snotty things to the girls who wouldn't let her play hopscotch with them. And yeah, she had stolen the cans from the school, but donating them to the Y seemed kind of nice. Criminal, but nice. Stealing our cans is low, even for her, Shannon added. But they're not our cans, I muttered. Shannon shot me a look. They're not, I blurted. We only wanted to help the environment. It doesn't matter who gets the recycling money, does it? Shannon didn't say a word as we trudged home. At school the next morning, both Shannon and Tara's seats were empty. I gulped, picturing Shannon alone with the bully. Tickle torture, noogies. Nothing was too awful for that kid. But then, just as the bell rang, Shannon slipped into the classroom with Tara, and they were smiling. Huh? Suddenly, Mrs. Yim's voice boomed over the loudspeaker. Students, our recycling program has been a great success. Friday will be our school-wide pizza party. The whole class cheered except me. I was still wondering how I'd stumbled into some alternate universe where Tara the Terrible and the Can Queen were pals. And next month, Mrs. Yim continued, our recycling program will benefit the YWCA's fundraiser to build a new playground. Keep up the good work. My jaw dropped, just in time for Shannon to notice my confusion. I called Tara last night, Shannon said. Once we stopped yelling at each other, she told me about the YWCA. Her mom works there. They help lots of needy families. Yeah, Tara piped in. With the mouth's mouth and my power, maybe we can do stuff. Good stuff. Then Shannon leaned over to me and whispered, You were right, Jody. I sat there gaping like a goofball. The bully and the Can Queen. Business partners? Tara, a bully with a heart of gold, or at least aluminum? Me. Right? Tara glanced at me and grinned, so close I could smell her strawberry lip balm. Cautiously, I smiled back. Maybe things were going to be different now. Then Shannon slipped a note onto my desk and on to Tara's. I have an idea. Unbeatable kickball kickers, I read. First practice at lunch. New idea so soon? That was fast, even for Shannon. I glanced up just in time to see Tara give her a high five. Yep, things were definitely going to be different. Alright, so that's the end of the story. What I want you to do now is you might have already started typing stuff for number 1, or even if so, you might want to add more. I want you to answer this question. What kind of person is Shannon? Okay? So I'm going to pause the video here for you to work on number 1. When you are done number 1, or wait, I'm sorry. You guys are going to pause the video to work on 1. And when you're done 1, Hit play and we'll work on 2, okay? So pause the video and answer question 1, and then hit play when you're done. You're going to pause in 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, so if you're back, then you should be done question 1. Now you're ready for question 2. How does Shannon change in these lines? I'm going to highlight them for you. 92 up to 98. See how I use the line numbers to help me? I see this is 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. So they're highlighted here. And I'll read it again. My jaw dropped open, just in time for Shannon to notice my confusion. I called Tara last night. Once we stopped yelling at each other, she told me about the YWCA. Her mom works there. They help lots of needy families. Yeah, Tara piped in. With the mouth's mouth and my power, maybe we can, do stuff. Good stuff. Then Shannon leaned over and whispered, You were right, Jody. Right, so these are the lines. And now I want you to think, how does Shannon change? How can we tell from these lines that Shannon has changed? Okay? So if you need to go back, you can go back to me in the video reading these lines. If not, you're ready to answer question 2. You're going to pause the video, answer question 2, and then we'll answer question 3. Pause the video in 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. So if you're back with me, then that means you're done question 1 and question 2. Now you have one more question here. What is an important lesson that readers can learn from this story? So this is the type of question there may be more than one right answer, but what you need to do is explain your thinking. So tell me, what is an important lesson that readers can learn from this story that we just read? Okay, so I'm going to stop the video. When you are done answering question 3, you are going to turn in this pre-assessment, okay? Good work, scholars. All right, so you are going to answer question 3 and turn in this assessment. All right, great work, readers.